there we go. It's beautiful. 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 Yeah, that's kind of funny though. Just takes that like no damage, no snorkel, yet the whole thing's like completely fucking why?
Shit like that. I don't mind a truck that can blast through all forms of mud because that is realistic in some cases, but that just no.
No, I know, yeah. That's just no, it's ridiculous.
No.
So I started recording just as we started talking about random crap. I'll put it in.
Oh my god.
Essentially, Unhinged Gamer decided to send me a screenshot of a truck fully submerged underwater. However, the thing wasn't taking any damage and it has no snorkel. I don't get it. I don't. Okay, I'm not even gonna go with it.
I know exactly who made said mod, and all I'm gonna say is it's a 5th gen Dodge Ram. You do the math.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say nothing else.
Yes, we
Just
shall not
no.
mention his name. He's like Voldemort. We don't speak of his name.
I don't mean to take digs at people because I'm grateful for mods being on consoles, but that right there, just no. There's no snorkels.
That
And
to me
it's
is
just no.
someone didn't do their testing or just didn't give a shit.
It's not that they didn't do the testing, it's just, yeah. I'm not gonna go there. That was hysterical.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, in this playthrough we are at Black Badger Lake. Interesting. I've got none of the things. I've literally just started this one because I downloaded it like last week. So, was it last week? Either way,
I don't even remember.
It's new. I've not played it on the PC. I've had it on the console. Probably one of my favourite maps. This and the Yukon stuff I quite like. They're interesting, to put it one way. They're not too like ridiculous on the levels of "you shall not pass." Basically, is how I'm gonna call it. Like you shall.
Gandalf is not sitting there just head bombing away, waiting on somebody to come challenge the map.
Exactly. Yeah. So first things first, I'm going to go around and get these watchtowers so I know what the hell's going on and what's good before I start using those two trucks there to do missions. In the meantime, we shall discuss some stuff. Basically random bullshittery that we come across on a daily. And mods, specifically mods. Mainly mods. And it's more going to be our plans of modding. So, in my last video I put on like I was gonna do some mods and stuff. But I didn't really say what it was I was modding in, how far well, I mentioned how far in the process of, and it's just a case of I've just started. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say I'm at the blender phase yet because I'm not even at that part yet, really. I've got to get the models first, which is problematic at best. But yeah, the main one we're going to concentrate on first is the Freelander. Sorry, I'm like talking slowly because my frame rates just fell. Yeah, my frame rates are done. They're cooked. There's probably something going on in the background. It's annoying. So yeah, first one we're looking at actually releasing is going to be a Freelander, which I know is a shock. That's kind of controversial because it's not really known for its capabilities, even though it is actually a damn good truck in real life. But getting the model for it is problematic. I've looked on sites and I think, what was it, $120 for one of them? There's quite a few.
I think that's what you said.
$120, and it was probably going to be quite a high poly count, which means no console. and preferably I want to bring them over to console because it's needed. There is a gap, in my opinion. There's a bit of a gap of, I don't know, between different mods. I.e., there's no Land Rovers, not really. There's a couple, but
A gap is an understatement, given the fact that there's more Dodge Rams than anything else right now. It's actually stupid. Not
yeah.
that I'm complaining either, because the more Dodge Rams the better, because there's not that many, but there's a massive, like, thing of, like, there's a lack of alternative trucks that everybody just ignores. Like Dodge Dakotas. Dodge Dakotas, what's the other thing I was on about earlier? The 4Runner, they said the Dakota. There was, what was it? I gotta look up the older Dodges as well. There was something like a Dodge D50 or some freaky thing that I need to look up.
D50.
It was a lesser known truck, like back in the square body days.
Fair enough. I kind of like the old square body, like box body type trucks.
There's a lot of those specifically Fords, especially of a certain someone I know who's making a 83 or 80s series F350.
Right.
I think it was. Yeah, it was like an old. What was it? All I know is it's an old square body Ford with square headlights. I think that was the 80s. I'm not sure. Never really followed trucks.
80s.
Yeah.
That does sound like an 80s style. They used to
I
have
know
even
that is coming.
circulars like 60s.
They had the circulars in, I think, the early 70s, and then they went back to like the rectangular ones in, I think, 92. Yeah, it was 92.
Yeah.
92, 93, something like that.
But yeah, I think they'd be pretty good though, having a Freelander and like and certainly some of the mods that you were saying. Definitely.
Oh yeah, the Mark II Discovery was another one we were on about as well. That thing.
Yeah.
And like maybe if we can find a cheap model, the 2020 Defender 110 as well.
If we can.
That thing.
I'll
Yeah.
explain to people a reason why I would prefer to make my own 2020 Defender is because, as you can see currently, this one's alright, but it's lacking. It is definitely lacking. Like, it's a damn good truck, but it doesn't, I don't know, it's hard to explain.
It's missing something.
It's missing something that it should be able to do, and crossing the river in this should be a thing it should be able to do, but it doesn't do it very well, which is highly annoying because they're literally built to do this sort of stuff, and you know, for it to
Even if it's just in low plus, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I'm in low minus at the minute, and it's struggling. So I think a lot of it is the tyre options and the suspension options need to be done. Because other than that, the actual model itself that this guy used is brilliant. The add-ons for this particular truck is really good. But yeah, it's more to do with its performance. I think it's lacking its V8 as well, counterpart engine. There is another engine you can get in these, which is a V8. It definitely doesn't have one. Which would help, especially with stuff like that, because you could just go full power and just send it and not really have to worry. But yeah, for whatever reason, this truck just lacks in something, and it's kind of hard to put my finger on it, but it needs to be modified, I think, in a different way.
Yeah.
So things like a little Freelander, that's primarily going to be used for like literally what I'm doing right now, which is watchtower hunting. The thing that I'm going to do with that, because it's kind of a weird truck, it's basically always the real life thing has diff locks, but they work in a slightly different way to a conventional manual diff locking system. You have to actually, it's all automatic, so it uses this fluid stuff in the diffs, and when they get to a certain temperature it'll lock the diff. So it's basically, as soon as you start getting a lot of wheel spin and losing traction, it will then lock. You can't really do that in this game, so I'm probably going to mod it so it's got always locked diffs, and it'll have always on all-wheel drive, because you can only have them in all-wheel drive, as far as I know. I think some of the US market were front-wheel drive with a Ford V6 engine in them.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't particularly know too much about the US Freelander. I know they were pretty much only V6s, and I think there were some TD4 diesel engines over there, but they were, I feel like they were imported.
Wouldn't surprise me, honestly, with the way they work over here.
Yeah. Engine options, I'm going to go for 1.8 engine. Probably be a gas. It not really matters, because you can change between gas and diesel. With a fuel, it just sounds a bit different. So you have the 1.8 petrol engine, the 2-litre turbo diesel, which is a TD4. Then you've got the V6 engine as well, and I might maybe put like a crazy V8 engine, because, you know, why not? Just for the fun of it, really, more than anything. So that'd probably be the first one that I'll bring out. Then we'll look at doing the Discovery, which might be easier to source, because I feel like that truck's been modded into quite a few games now. It shouldn't be too hard to get the model for it and whatnot. The Freelander's just going to be the trouble, I think.
Yeah.
And then after the Disco, hopefully we'll get the 21 or 2020 Discovery, Defender even. Not the Discovery, because the new ones are horrible. As in, they're proper soft roaders that won't do you any good on Snowrunner. Okay, I'm stuck.
I've sent you a suggestion somebody put in the Discord server that we're in.
Oh yeah?
That's another truck I didn't think about. I forgot about that specific model Dodge. That'll be something to look into as well.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be really good, cool.
46 Power Wagon. That'll be interesting to see.
Is that what that one is? A 46 power?
Yeah, the old 40 Ram Power Wagon. Nobody's actually made any of them yet, as far as I've seen.
That would be sick as well, because you've got like the bed cover on the back as well. Well, the bed thing.
That's worth, yeah.
And all that.
That's worth looking into for some models, because yeah.
The other truck I was looking at, so talking about that, because that is an actual like truck. I was looking at doing a Mack Anthem. Or just
yeah, like a proper semi-truck. Yeah, proper semi-trucks are needed as well, because the problem is there's no big rigs, and since the whole fan base is tied behind just trail maps and everything, there's actually starting to become a demand where people are actually getting sick of scout rigs, and they want proper things that can do, like, yeah, just pure deliveries and stuff like that for the campaign and everything, because now it's just like, yeah, everything's changing.
Get the job done, essentially.
Yeah, everything's basically changing in the name of people want something different that isn't just another scout truck, and given the fact that the obsession is Dodge, anything that is a Ram or has an F-150 badge on it, it's like, yeah, something needs to come out that's completely different.
Yeah, and I completely understand people wanting Dodge Rams and all the rest of it.
Yeah, yeah. There's just enough Silverados. There's more than enough Fords, although there is one Ford somebody that, of course, I know of somebody that wanted it. It's the old 76 Ranger, Ford Ranger XLT thing, but
Oh yeah.
because someone else made one that's dubbed as a Highboy or whatever it was. But
Well,
that's
actually,
on PC.
I was thinking about, right, and this might take you back to the days of 4x4 Evo.
Mm.
Right. Do you ever remember the Nissan, was it the Nissan Extra?
The Xterra. Yeah,
Xterra,
that
that's
thing.
it.
I was just on about that earlier. Yeah, that damn thing needs to come in too. That's another one.
That's a good 4x4. Definitely be good for trailing. Or
Oh yeah.
tower hunting and the rest of it.
I've seen them pull little, well, I don't know if they pull trailers or not. I've never really looked into that truck myself, but yeah.
I'd say I think they've got like similar capabilities to Landies,
Yeah, yeah.
like Discoveries, I'd say.
Would make sense. Yeah, it would make sense, honestly.
Yeah, I thought actually that'd be quite a decent truck to put in. But in terms of actual rigs,
Yeah.
some old Mack trucks I'm looking at bringing in, especially because, not that it's a bad thing, I do like Russian trucks. Russian trucks are damn good. But there is a whole ton of Russian trucks now.
Yeah, and there's actually a demand for people that want to make American trucks now as well. I have seen it.
Yeah, so I'm all for making a good old American truck.
Could use a few anyway, some Peterbilts and all that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Max. Peterbilt might be one I might look at doing, or Kenworth.
We're getting one Kenworth already. Yeah, we're getting one Kenworth already, so we might, yeah, I'll have to look up some of the older ones.
Freightliners are also another possibility. The thing is, I'm looking at a semi-truck would be the Anthem, but I'm also looking at doing like two versions of that Anthem. So one's going to be a semi, or an articulated HEV if you're from the UK. And then the other one will be your typical like quarry truck, like a Mack tipper truck. So it can take the little bed things at the back of them. You know what I mean, like the normal vanilla trucks do.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm having to winch my way across this. You know, in the that first map in Wisconsin, you got all that water and like where that little town village thing is.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, getting stuck in there in the Defender. It's horrible. Like I said in my last video, this thing will get you there, one way or another. Gotta be patient.
I'm now actually looking up images of old Mack trucks as well. Yeah, see this thing right here. This is one that I've seen before as well, but yeah.
Senators?
Yeah, I'm gonna download the image. Do you want to download this file? Don't ask me such things.
Oh, yes.
There's some of the... There was one in particular. That's not it. I think it's the... Yeah, there's some R model Mack trucks from the 80s. Those are the ones I'm thinking of that I've seen in scrapyards. Yeah.
Kind of
The R
like
models are the ones I like.
circular light.
Yeah. They're the ones that, yeah, circular lights and have that old look to them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones I'm thinking of. Like right here, I just found a 66 R600.
Hell yeah.
This is the one. Yep, this is the one right here that I was thinking of. Hold on. Send that image. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of pictures to delete later. That's the one that I wanted. I forget the name of it, but yeah, it's an R model. Just sent it. That thing. I believe. Oh wait, no, I closed the thing out. Again. Was a. It's the image again. There it is. It's an RD688S. And I just found an old Mack fire truck. Yeah, we're not doing that.
No.
Ah, there's another one, a Mack D model Mack truck. That is a DM686 SX. Is that a flatbed with a rear-mounted crane on it? Yeah, it is. But it links back to Mack Model R. Things weird. Ah, this was the other one. The Mack GU713. This is the one other truck I was looking for. This is another one used as a dump truck. I've seen these. Trucks these. Oh yeah, I forgot Mack made some military trucks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are actually really good, but yeah, mostly all the big rigs are what we're after. Oh, hey, there's the Mack truck that I found somebody, well, that somebody already made, but that's not a console-friendly one. Huh.
Was it a military one?
Yeah, it's, I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a dump truck, pretty much. Or it looks like one.
I think he got it from Squad.
Not sure if it came from Squad, but yeah, somebody else made it, and it looks really good. What's that? Ooh, Mack LTL, that's another one.
Those Mack trucks, though, look decent, and, like, I don't know why they haven't been put in yet.
What is this? Oh, this is a Mack. Hold on, this one looks interesting. I'm gonna screenshot this because this will be better as a screenshot. Ugh. I think you'll like this one. That's one worth finding. I keep forgetting people do some freaky things to these big rigs. That'll be useful. That'll be interesting to find. That'd be something worth actually looking into. Not bad.
Look.
It doesn't exactly say what the model of Mack truck is that they used for that, but that is just stunning.
Oh, yeah.
I never would have thought somebody would have made something like that. That's actually nice.
I'll have to look into doing that.
Ah, God. So many things. So many ideas.
So many mods coming out. Well, I'm not going to say that they're coming out. Like, I can't say for sure if we're going to fucking go ahead with all of the ideas we've just mentioned, but we want to.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Like, we're talking months and months of just pure hard work.
May as well be years with how many ideas there are right now.
Pretty much, yeah. There'll probably be another like Snowrunner type game by the time we get around to finishing it.
Because there's too many ideas to be had right now, and it's just like, yeah, they're just all there.
Yeah, exactly. I am looking forward to getting started. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Hopefully, if I can get me a little mini PC that can and a proper GPU, I'll possibly jump in on it later down the line. Though.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. What is going on with my frame rate? Stop it. But yeah, I think, you know, I'll probably end up adding you part of my fucking dev team anyway, dude.
I'm just the idea pitcher here. that's all I do is just like look at everything that people are making and then just base my ideas of decision making off of like say somebody like 3 people made like Dodge Rams or something. It's like, okay, there's too many Rams, make something else. Well, think of something else, not make something else. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like look at a different idea and just go from there.
It is good. I mean, it's going to be fun and probably kind of stressful, but
probably stressful is an understatement. With the amount of work I've seen these people put into their trucks, it's amazing how they get them out so quick.
they're just well experienced, I guess. Unlike Muggins over here, who has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like other trucks now while I'm just sitting here. You know what? Hold on, I may as well make use of that notebook as an idea. Ugh. Should have did that from the very start, honestly. Where is it?
Write down the ideas.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like random things right now. Like my mind is just... it's all in right now.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't even know where that book is. Oh well. Yeah. Deal with that later, I suppose. And yeah, it'll be good to see like whatever else I can think up right then and there, because yeah, I just gotta look at like what other people are doing as well and try to like go around their ideas, because I don't want to like suggest the same thing that someone else is doing, and then it like makes a massive like dent in everything, and it's like, okay, try thinking of a different way to do this. Like, no.
Yeah, that's the one to like step on someone else's toes, like.
Yeah, because everybody's like going for it's. I've seen it happen with someone else just the other day. Somebody was joking about like quitting modding because as soon as he gets an idea on what he wants to make, someone else already jumps on it.
Yeah.
And starts making their own, and it's like, oh. So I'm trying to think like alternative trucks that nobody's doing right now. And I'm also looking at console availability as well, because reasons. Like if the truck's on consoles or not.
Yeah. Obviously, for console reasons, we're gonna have to make them like low poly count, not like ridiculously low, but a lower poly count than PC and any branding whatsoever. So yes, you might end up with a Mac truck that won't think Mac, because
I'll have to look up, like, I'll have to ask around, well, we know of someone in the one Discord that we're in, ask him how he gets his, like, because some of his trucks, I don't know how he gets them to the size that they're at now, but it's amazing. He makes, like, full-on, like, what is it? He's got mainly a Ford truck that everybody's waiting on, and that thing is only 47 megabytes, but then you look at something like, I don't know, there's like certain other trucks that are like 400 or 500 megabytes at most, and it's like, okay. And that's even with the console pack, the PC packs removed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you go and look up Lime's L400, that thing's literally 47 megs, and it's like, how did you do? What wizardry did you commit here?
That's great.
And I've seen videos of it. It's really nice, and it's like, yeah, did good on it too. The one truck that everybody's still waiting on right now, even to this day. Hopefully that comes out soon as well. Ugh. 'Cause that's even a truck I've had my eye on.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like, a lot of these guys make some decent trucks, but that thing was like one of the... See, that's a truck nobody's really got on consoles yet. It was a 2012 F-250.
Yeah.
So seeing something like that actually pleased me, and the fact that the download size is what it is right now. It's like that'll definitely be useful, especially given the fact that everybody else is. I know that detail is pretty much mandated in mods, but it's like, yeah, there's certain things that I just, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. God damn, that's the first watch.
Yeah.
That took some
It's the only game that makes you feel like you actually have a job to do.
Yeah.
One of them only ones that...
Ain't that the truth?
Out in my kitchen.
It's kind of crazy how, I mean, the game looks stunning now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just looking at like
Playing from the original Mudrunner and then just seeing what they've done with it since.
Well, so even going from like Spin Tires, how Spin Tires was, and then Mudrunner.
Oh yeah.
There was a good like jump in quality from Spin Tires to Mudrunner. I was like, oh, wow, how can they improve it? And then
Still waiting on my time freeze option, Saber. Everybody's still waiting on that one. Don't even get me started on that. Ugh.
Yeah.
The only thing I want them to do now is just, hopefully, once this DLC, people can't even download any of the mods, even though they don't have any installed, and then you've got others that can install some, but can only, like, use one at a time.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a basic tweaked vanilla truck, everybody can only use, like, one truck at a time, and it's like, ugh. Well, not everybody, but some do.
It's funny, because we always go on about how...
Yeah.
How they should change their stuff.
Yeah, they're starting to, like, get down to it now. It's just, yeah, need more transparency with everything, of course, that's one thing.
Yeah. They need to do something, because it's...
The main thing that I think would level a lot of it out is, like, and I know this is a completely different game, but Fallout 4 actually has mods on it, and they have, in their browser, they have an update feature, so that way if somebody pushes an update through on PC, it's like, just manually updated on the consoles, instead of removing the mod from the consoles itself, just go in and, do it that way. But, of course, I would say, since the devs are like, yeah, you gotta forward us the update first, then send it off to consoles and all this other stuff. Like, do that, of course, like, have a certification process and all that nonsense, but yeah, it's like, it would work a lot better if they did something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think...
Instead of, like, removing the mod out of everybody's inventory, just let it run.
Yeah.
It's odd.
I agree, because, I mean, you're talking about like, how Fallout works, and Fallout works very similarly to how Farming Simulator works. So when there's an update for a mod, you go onto the mod menu, and it will be under updates. It'll have an updated thing, and it won't remove it out of your game. When you download a mod, it's in your game. It doesn't change it, doesn't do anything to it. They don't take it down because it's been updated. You'll just have the older version installed. When you update it and install the old version and reinstall the new version, if that makes sense. So you won't ever lose a mod, the game won't be broken for it. I mean, I nearly had to restart on my Xbox version of this. You had to restart, didn't you? Because it completely trashed your game, didn't it?
It didn't really trash it, I just made another save and then progressed through that save while I still had the other. Then when the RAM limit came in, it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they increased said RAM limit, and one of the trucks that I was using in the past, I couldn't enable still, because I don't know what's wrong with it now, but yeah. So I just uninstalled it and just deleted the save, and that was the end of it.
Makes sense.
Of course, there's plenty of easy ways to make money in the game. I mean, my god, there's money exploits all over YouTube. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No shortage of money. That's the best thing about it.
You'll always find some way of making different ways of making money pretty easily. But yeah, it is just, I don't know. They need to sort out.
They've done well so far. They just need to start, like I said, policing the mods more and testing them properly, because one mod just came to consoles and you can't even repaint it, even though it has paint options on it. It just stays one color. It stays the base color that it came with.
Yeah, so they've not even really... I think we were talking about earlier on, it seems like they spend about, what, all of 5 minutes to just quickly plop it into a map, drive around, maybe...
I'm not bad-mouthing the devs. They get enough of that from their general population of just... I don't even want to call it a fan base anymore, given how toxic people have been with that game. It's no, it's been horrendous. But no, they get all the backlash that they get anyway, and I'm just like, they really don't test the mods properly, because that's why there's so many mods that were corrupting people's saves. And instead of going in and looking at what mod, instead of people reporting the mod for well, no, they need to have a certain report thing saying that this mod, X mod, sat here and corrupted my save file when using it. Then again, I guess that would be classed under the category of other, so I guess that works.
Yeah. I mean...
But, instead of ripping the mod off consoles completely, just send the report into the modder themselves and sit there and say, this mod corrupted X amount of people's saves. Is there, a fix you can do or whatever?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Stuff like that. Instead of, banning somebody outright for something silly as that. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Go in and see, yeah.
People need to remember they are a small studio. They're
not really, they're not even a big studio, and people are flipping out, but then again, that's the age of gaming. Every game that comes out, and if someone's request is not met, they instantly sit there and rip into the game for years on end until the next game comes out that they feel like they need to rip into.
Yeah.
Same case with Cyberpunk. Go look at Cyberpunk's community if you want a case in that one. Everybody was so hyped for the game, the devs failed on it and are trying to actually fix the game, and everybody's still giving them shit for it.
Yeah.
Stop. That's the age we live in.
Group as well, aren't they? They're not really a massive...
They're big enough, but they're not they weren't expecting the game to turn out the way that it did, or be as much of an issue as they did, and the problem was the executives' choices were just,
Well, that's the same. Fucking truck not going to console, and it's just calm down.
That's the other thing, truck's not coming that's the other thing, the console thing. That irks me even more as a console player myself. People saying, is this coming to console? Come on. If the guy said... The thing is, read the description of the mod, first off, because nobody seems to be doing that at all. If the description says this mod is console-friendly, or if the title of the mod says, say, Toyota Tacoma or something freaky like that. Tacoma came first to mind because I'm literally driving driving one in the game right now. But yeah, the thing is that... It's someone says, if it says Toyota Tacoma in the title, you see the branding on it, it's not coming to consoles. You can ask if somebody's going to debadge it and bring it to consoles, and then fair, that's enough. But sitting there, having 70 people come into a comment thread, is this coming to consoles? Bring this to Xbox, please. I would love you so much if you did that. Stop. Just stop. That's where a bunch of modders are not even releasing their stuff anymore, because they're getting sick of it. And then when they do bring a mod to consoles, all the console players act ungrateful because they can't run it.
Yeah, I mean...
that's not the modder's fault. And, for example, the, what is it? the Taco Pro, which is the Tacoma that just came out, and there's an unbranded version literally called what I just said for consoles. That thing came out. I saw a YouTube comment the other day that got mad just because the thing doesn't have a gooseneck hitch and can't haul gooseneck trailers. I've seen
Tacoma and the fucking, what was it? Was it Taco what?
Taco Pro.
That's it, the Taco Pro. Getting pissy over
Yeah.
a gooseneck.
Yeah, it's like every truck has to have a gooseneck. No, they don't. Because first off, realistically, I have never once seen a Toyota Tacoma haul a gooseneck trailer. Ever. They're not meant for that.
I've not really known Tacomas.
The Tacoma is not meant for that. That is the Tundra. You are getting... I mean, I can see where the common misconception comes from because the name.
Yeah.
But like, come on, you're getting mad because it doesn't support any trailer outside of the Scout ones. It's not meant for that. And they even said, the creator even said, and I know the creator even though I don't really talk to him that much. Cool guy, but I know the creator made that with the intention of light scouting, which means watchtower hunting and just general exploration.
Yeah.
And everything like that. But in the case of the Tacoma, it's not meant to be hauling goosenecks. It's just like, say, getting mad because somebody makes, say, a Jeep Gladiator and it doesn't have a gooseneck trailer. Jeeps are not used for towing. Not that level of towing, anyway.
No. But we have like a very light trailer on them, like a Scout trailer, essentially.
Like a simple, the simplest thing, the most I've seen a Jeep, pull around was actually the little small RV trailers, little caravans.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I've never seen a Jeep pulling, like, say, a gooseneck trailer with, like, 3 other trucks sitting on the back. That is not physically possible. The thing would rip its chassis in half.
Well, it's not... The vehicle has...
I mean, you could swap the engine. You could swap the engine and do it that way, then yeah, that would make sense, but no.
It's not such much... I mean,
9 times.
I don't know how it works in the US with vehicle tow limits, but I'm pretty sure specific vehicles have a limit legally they can tow.
Oh no, I've seen... Jeeps don't really tow anything. They're not really... The Jeeps are more so, like, every Jeep Wrangler, essentially, that I've ever seen is lifted on mud bogging tires, basically.
Yeah.
And they're turned into rock crawlers. They're not meant for towing. They don't use them for that kind of towing. It's just the way it is, though. People want different things. People gotta have different things. It's fair.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but it's like, come on, people. You're getting mad because it doesn't have a gooseneck trailer on it. Like, come on.
I'm glad it doesn't have a gooseneck. It looked weird.
It doesn't even need one, really. It's perfect the way it is. I love that truck, honestly.
Yeah. Looks nice. Kind of
Looks it, drives it, everything. Yeah, that was the other thing, the Dodge Dakota. Not one person has made a Dodge Dakota just yet on the game. It's all, like, Dodge Rams, F-150s, F-350s, F-250, well, Ford F-Series trucks in general, I should say. It's the better way of going about it.
Yeah, these typical towing rigs, essentially.
And they're not even used for towing rigs. Everybody turns them into trail monsters, which is fair, actually. I don't mind that specifically, because, yeah, with how many rocks are on the road in this game, to be fair, yeah, you do kind of need that suspension.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Rocks, I don't know what it is. Rocks, for me, it seems to be rocks and dead trees that seem to be, like, the worst enemy you'll ever come across on this game.
This is the first game where I've seen that the rocks and trees are the real National Guard. It's terrible. Actually no, they're more like riot shields. You can't drive something big through them, otherwise it just doesn't end well.
I find it funny.
And don't even get me started on the stumps.
It reminds me of what is it? It's like that meme in it, or the rocks are like, I am the one hand.
Oh no. The boulders are just sitting there in the middle of the road, just like, haha, I see you have freshly gripped tires.
Yeah. Ah, I see you've just come out of your garage. Let me fuck you up.
And then the small dead trees that I know somebody that hates them with a passion as well. So it's like, oh, you flipped over here. Let me attach you to the smallest branch that fell off this pine tree over here.
Bro, that kills me every time. I was just having a trouble then. Like, I was using that Tacoma then, trying to get up some rocks. I know it's not really a rock crawler, but I was trying it anyway. And the winch kept grabbing onto the smallest sticks that it could find. And like, it's like a 3-ton truck. What do you think a stick is gonna do?
Exactly. Like, no. But I do love that I love how ever since some very fabulous person who I just mentioned that made that Tacoma literally just started making mods. He lit a fire under everybody literally, and they just started bringing people who I've actually heard say they will never make console mods have actually started bringing their mods from PC over to consoles. It's hysterical. It's a lot of people doing it too.
There is like a weird divide, isn't there? Between console and PC.
Like, we don't need that divide. Yeah, no. We don't need that divide. And the funny thing is, the PC mods, some of those very specific modders that, again, I'm not naming, they actually sit here and bash console players, but yet they don't realize that the console players are the driving force of this game right now, aside from the modders. There are more console players on Snowrunner altogether than there are on PC.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
It's funny. It's funny. Last I heard, I think, what was the number? I think it was like roughly 20% or so, where like 15-20% of the player base was on PC, and then the rest of them were on consoles.
Yeah.
I think that's how it was. Yeah, that's how it was. It was roughly around that number. I could be wrong on that now. Something could have changed. Who knows? But it's just stupid to me that people get so mad over this sort of thing and then just never think that, okay, maybe this thing will actually benefit, and now people see those sweet download numbers, and it's like, okay, let me keep making console mods then.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know, it seems to be like a PC master race complexion going on, and it really does annoy me. And you know that I love PC gaming, like, through and through, I love it. But for the most part, you will normally catch me on my Xbox. Just
exactly.
They're easy. I mean, I'm only playing this on PC because I've got a new rig, but it's... I wouldn't be able to do this otherwise if I was on my laptop, because my laptop could run it, but it definitely wouldn't be able to record as well at the same time, not a chance.
Like, I don't mind PC gaming. There's certain things about it. I just don't like those people that treat PC like it's the ascension of a higher existence when it's really not.
Yeah.
No.
Like, oh yes, my PC is
it's
God.
not.
No, it's not. Stop it.
It doesn't mean anything if your PC is awesome or not. As long as it can run what you want it to run, it's like, yeah, that's my other thing with gaming, is the toxicity between PC players to console players, calling everybody peasants and everything. But yet they sit here and say the old adage of, if you can afford a console, you can afford a PC. Not true, because a PC has to be updated regularly, whereas a console you can just plug in and play and be done.
Yeah, it lasts you, what?
That's where,
10 years?
Yeah, console can last you as long as you want it to, that's the thing. And then whenever you feel like switching to the following generation, it's like, fine.
Yeah. You
can switch whenever you want and pay way less than with a PC. A PC, you're paying the same price as a used car. It's not... Yeah, it's just not worth it to me personally. And yeah, you get less restrictions, but at the same time, I've heard so many people I've even seen people have issues with their games on PC more than a console player would, and that's what makes me laugh.
Well, you've seen some of the problems I've had before, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
It's...
like, prime example one right here. What is it? Grand Theft Auto on PC. It's hard enough to get Grand Theft Auto 4 to run even to this day with the most advanced graphics card.
Yeah.
And then there's Grand Theft Auto 5, which we don't speak of the Rockstar launcher.
No.
We don't speak of the Rockstar Games launcher on PC. I've seen videos of that thing, just no. We don't speak of that either.
Honestly, really annoys me.
That's my thing. Like, And I get that with Snowrunner, it's hard to bring mods to console because the thing is, they don't tell you what's like really specific.
Yeah.
Like they should, but that's my thing, is that there's a demand for them, so someone's gonna end up stepping up, and that's what the aforementioned top legend that made the Tacoma did, because he did really good with that thing, and it came to not even, what was it? It didn't even start with a Tacoma. It started with an old Chevy truck that he decided to make, and it was gorgeous. And then a certain someone tried to sit there and say he stole his idea, which he didn't, because the ideology did not come from, I don't believe, came from that truck. I believe it was just to weather the storm, which, fair enough, good on him.
Yeah.
He didn't deserve that on his first console mod, but yeah, well done.
Yeah, exactly.
Well handled. And then, what was it? It turned into this thing of, after that, it was just the end of it, and now certain people, especially one who's banned, they are getting info on, like, what trucks he's making, and then as soon as he makes a truck, that same person's coming out making another one.
Yeah.
Of, like, similar style. And it's funny to me that, it's just flat out funny to me how petty some people can be with the mods on PC and console both. It's like, come on, people.
Exactly.
The ideology is that, his ideology, and I commend him for this, is that he wants to bring modders together to, like, provide for both ends of the spectrum, of the gaming spectrum. Like, come on. And I commend him for this, because that's something we need. Especially on Snowrunner, good lord.
Snowrunner does need a good, strong community. I feel like it is slowly getting there.
It'll get there when the developers stop bringing out DLCs. That's going to be one thing. Once the DLCs stop, there's going to be a major influx in higher frequency of mod releases.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's needed. Yeah.
It's
like, I'll even agree with that.
It is annoying though, isn't it? Like how there's what's the word?
Like everybody's impatient. Yeah, there's a divide, and then the great impatience of people. My God.
The great impatience. Yeah, that's a good way of describing that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, like I said, every mod that comes out, you could put a tire you could show a truck that's work in progress off on YouTube, and instantly somebody comes in, consoles? Like, I myself play on Xbox. You need to knock it off. All of you need to knock it off. Like, I get that you want more mods on consoles, but it takes time. You can't just... And then as soon as it comes out, it's like, any updates on when it's coming to consoles? Nobody knows anything. The devs don't tell anybody anything, and they don't want to tell anybody anything, because that results in getting somebody's hopes up, and then you can guess where that leads.
Yeah.
Never ends well.
I mean, the thing is, not even the devs just choose at random, I think, I don't think there's really an
they do.
Who gets a mod tested. I think you just grab one and test it.
There was supposedly an order recently, but that turned out to not be true anymore. Because there was I think there was over 150 mods or something, and now they said any mods from then on would have went to the back of the pack or whatever. And from what I've seen, with the most recent release being that lovely Toyota, that thing did not go to the back of the pack. It came out immediately. I don't know if the guy was joking or not, but there was a guy in the comments of a video that I'm starting to find it kind of suspicious that every single time he releases a truck for consoles, it immediately gets added within a day. Because it happened with the D&D Striker, and I love that truck too.
Oh, hell.
I laughed when I didn't think that was going to come out for ages, and then it came out, and it was like, okay, that was quick. Lovely truck.
I think it's because there is a demand for the console ones, there just isn't enough.
There is a demand for there's a major demand.
I mean,
there's a major one.
You look how often or how long it takes for a console mod to actually get dropped. It takes ages.
It depends on the mod too, yeah, because a lot of people make mods that just don't work.
Plus, I mean, like, how many days in a row do you know, like, I've noticed, like, when we've been getting on, like, last couple of days, you're going, like, is there any mods up yet? Nope. Around the usual time when they upload it.
That's my thing.
Like days
That's my thing, the frequency. That's my thing, they lack frequency, that's the one thing. But then again, you can't really blame them with that right now, given their QA team is working on potentially the final update. Well, final DLC, I should say, not final update, because they've got a lot more to deal with.
Final DLC.
No, it's that, what is it? I think it's called Amor Exploration or something. I don't know what it was called. I think it was called the Amor region. All I know is it has something to do with, the Russian space program, or something like that. Or some, like, private, no, it was hauling rockets for a private organization in a Russian region. That was it. Not sure how real that region is in real life, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's SpaceX, they just said it was a private thing in the game. Then again, I don't think they would ever have, like, the legal right to use SpaceX.
No.
Funny.
Although that would be hilarious.
Oh yeah. It's just intriguing to me that there's, like, such a... Ever since the console mods were even revealed, it was like, I heard rumors of it going back to Mudrunner. Mudrunner was supposed to have them, and then they decided not to do it. Which, to be fair, that you can blame the Steam Workshop for that one. They never really had a mod hub for that at the time, so that's when mod.io became a thing.
Yeah.
That's their little mod hub. And as I said, they need to tweak that browser a lot more after all this is done, because firstly, the RAM limit angered everybody, but to be fair, everybody has themselves to blame.
Yeah.
Because, again...
That RAM limit was... that was annoying, I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty pissed when that came out.
As was I, but then I figured out just to sit here and test every single mod that I could have enabled at once, and then I found I could still have like 10 mods enabled at once.
Yeah.
It was hysterical. And yeah, I was in the same boat as everybody else. I almost quit the game. I said that that they ruined my fun with that, but then I found out how many mods I could actually have, and then I started looking at everything, and it's like, okay. Like the original, what was it? I want to say the original cap of mods that we were able to have active at once was roughly a gig, and with the 40% increase from that, we now have roughly 2 gigs.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
That's a lot of gigs.
Yeah, I'd say it's 2. Yeah, I'd say it's 2 gigs. I'd say it, and that's having mods enabled. You can have like roughly 2 gigs of mods enabled now.
Yeah.
A little over that if you know how to manipulate it. But people don't want to manipulate it because people don't like the tweaked trucks. Which again, pathetic. Pathetic, childish behavior, because it's not an actual modded rig, and it's just a vanilla truck that people don't want to see any more of.
So stupid. I'm literally driving the tweaked Western Star.
Oh yeah, them things are nice.
Or whatever they call it.
The 49X, that thing, yeah.
So I'm using that, and for a tweaked vanilla truck, well, alright, it's a DLC truck, but for considering it's tweaked, it's a damn good truck. I don't know why you wouldn't.
I've even seen people sit here saying that the modders make better versions of the vanilla trucks than the devs themselves. It's actually funny. It gets a bit out of hand even with that too, and it's like, okay, gotta laugh at it sometimes.
Oh yeah, you do. You end up crying otherwise.
Oh yeah.
But actually, I think it's a little fraction, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people shy away from the tweaked trucks. They're really good. There's some damn good modders on that side of
it. It's because once again, people want a massive influx of scout trucks just so that way they can go trail riding with their friends on a map that they're only going to use like maybe once or twice, and then uninstall and then reinstall a new one. Like, I get that that's their thing and that's what they want, but that's not what everyone else wants. That's why nowadays everybody's getting sick of the scout trucks. They want to see proper, like, off-road haulers. They want to see proper trucks that can do something that isn't a scout truck.
Yeah.
because now it's like everybody wants to actually sit down and play the actual game instead of just sitting on the modded maps all the time, which, to be fair, a lot of them modded maps are really good. I can't really badmouth any of them. A lot of the ones I've seen gameplay on are just stunning.
Yeah.
Even though 99% of them are mud parks and rock crawling maps, but yeah.
They're good to have a little bit of fun on.
Exactly. I even dabbled myself in a little rock crawling map once as well, just because I didn't feel like the campaign and I wanted to just sit here and relax about things while I waited on more mods to come out that day.
Typical.
Exactly my point. Like, I don't get mad if mods aren't coming out. I just sit here like, okay, no mods today, to another game.
Yeah, exactly.
Do simplistic things like that, and you can keep yourself completely distracted from the fact that mods have not even been released. Here I am. I say that, and here I am right now checking the site now to see if anything else got added, which it has not. So yeah, all good. All good. Nothing else. It seems now they've got a proper set time for when they're actually releasing mods, so that's always good.
Yeah, they're getting there.
Like I said, once they start policing the mods better, and, like, keep the ones that are causing issues off consoles, it'll be a lot better for everybody, and they don't gotta worry about anything. But so far, the things I know of that are going on with the game is that we're supposed to get a RAM meter, which will indicate, like, how much RAM a mod's gonna use, which will be good, because that's something that we really do need, instead of just the trial and error method, which I've actually grown accustomed to for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But we need something, we need that specifically, and then, even if they don't remove the RAM cap, I've even had my own ideas for them on this one. Like I said, the update thing with the browser, they need to look into, like, what's causing everybody's issues with the browser, like, see how many people, like, do a Discord poll or something, like, have it to where, but make it to where, like, it's a multiple choice thing, where, like, people can check off, like, one box or 2 boxes or something like that. Make it to where, like, or just make it, like, 1 tick each for each thing. Either way, my thing is have a poll that says we're judging to see, like, how many people can have X amount of mods enabled at once, like, and then one choice is can't have any mods because the game won't let me download them, can have some mods but can download mods but only can have 1 enabled because error messages, and then have another one saying that I can download mods just fine and there's nothing really wrong on my end.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And then the RAM indicator, that's a must, basically, at this point. I don't even need to go into that, that's just a must.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other thing that I was thinking of for that, aside from the update thing? I'm not even sure about that one now. Oh yeah, that was it. I was gonna say they need to start, like, indicating the people to remove the PC packs from a console mod, because what's the point? That's part of the reason they're taking up RAM anyway.
Yeah.
Is the PC packs. But don't, like, go through a massive purge and just get rid of every mod on consoles that has PC pack files, because some people want to have them for both, but just make it a suggestion to the modders that if they want to, like, get it approved a little bit faster, just get rid of the PC files. Because the PC packs are the things that you don't really need, and they never did say you needed them on console to get it approved for consoles. So that's another thing that a lot of people now are realizing that can be done.
Yeah.
To sort of level the RAM usage. The devs need to be a little more clear as well on their end, just like with, like I said, more transparency. Tell us, like, what would be the best idea to get a mod on consoles without, like, going over the RAM limit, stuff like that. Like I said, the Limes L400, that truck, everybody's anticipating that, and I myself am, because look at the download size. Even though it has a load of like, I want to say suspension customization on it, it's only a 47 megabyte mod. Well, roughly 47. I don't know what the recent version of that truck is right now, because there's one on there that I saw was like 37 megabytes and stuff like that, and then you've got other people that made really nice looking trucks that are only like 200 megabytes each as well, and it's like, okay. So there is a way to get trucks to be really small in size. It's just a matter of figuring out how to do it.
Yeah.
But that's my thing, is that, like, start figuring out, like, what would be the best course of action to get a mod on consoles better. Like, removing the PC packs would be a must. But the other thing is, and this goes back to my rant of the community being toxic as all hell, the RAM limit is in place because people don't know moderation. They just downloaded everything because as soon as they saw a new mod, oh, gotta have it, and then tried to enable everything at once, and it started crashing games and corrupting game save files.
Yeah.
And that's when everything went to hell, and the devs said, okay, we can't take any more of having people report the same thing over and over again. So they threw the RAM limit in. And while people may hate that, it had to be done. I myself even know it had to be done. Here I am, and I sound like a hypocrite for saying this, but I had like 23 mods enabled at once.
Yeah, I had some stupid number. I'm sure I did.
I had like 23 mods enabled at once, and the problem is people don't look into who made the mods first.
Yeah.
Like, certain YouTubers will review certain mods because there's some people that have mods that just aren't good.
Yep.
Or the people are not well known, or the people are just not well known enough. Like, primary example one, the IX Wrecker. That truck was good, but there was so much to it that it was crashing games, and I mean the 3880 even, not even the 3880, the regular Wrecker. That was crashing games, yeah. That was the one crashing games, but it was good.
At the same time, it was like you said, it was a really good mod.
It was really good, but it had its moments where it would crash people's games and everything. But yeah, the devs need to go through and optimize their own like maps and trucks even, because having the trucks and trailers laying around on the map also increases RAM usage.
Yep.
So you gotta get rid of everything basically in your garage to decrease the amount of RAM you're using, which I find absolutely stupid. That doesn't make sense. Given the tweaked trucks, even the tweaked vanilla trucks use a lot of RAM somehow in some cases, which they shouldn't, but it's just the way it is. Can't be helped.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it.
Happens with everything, but yeah, that's just the thing. And then, like I said, I'm looking more into trying to, like, suggest better trucks that not everybody has made. Like I said, an old 99 Dodge Dakota, 99 Dodge Durango, the 06 Chevy Tahoe, the Land Rovers. Like, nobody really has Land Rovers, and the only ones getting made are the old 110s and the 90s. Not that I'm complaining about them, because they're damn good trucks, but yeah. Just need more variety. And like I said, the scout rig thing, the scout truck thing, there's too many of them. If you look at the ratio of scout trucks to big rigs, the most big rigs we get are all tweaked versions of the vanilla ones. We don't have proper, like, off-roading big rigs.
No, we don't.
We don't have a lot of them. I shouldn't say we don't have them at all, because no, that's not the case. It's just there's not that many of them, and we need more.
Something like the Navistar.
Yeah, like the Navistar. Something like, what is it? I don't even know what the name of this truck is that I'm using. The M27 by the Ranger Workshop. Them guys make some good big rigs as well. They're Mercedes Zetros. That truck's good. The, what's this thing called? Well, the thing in-game is literally called the M802, but this thing is... The RNG trucks that they make are just amazing. I love these things. And I completely overlook them, because I look for softer suspension setups in my trucks because this game basically demands it. Now that I've used them, I regret my decisions on that completely now because, my god, these things are virtually indestructible. I love them.
Yeah, they're good, and they move through the mud decently as well.
That's what I look for as well, trucks that have grip in the mud.
Yeah.
Not every truck can do that, obviously, but yeah, at least for a big rig anyway, I'd look for that.
It's rare you're going to get a big rig especially that can haul semi-trailers, to be decent off-road anyway, but, like, it's doable.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I was going on about the laziness of some modders as well. There's certain trucks that I use as well that you can't even properly, like, what is it? It's not even that. There's certain trucks that are made to be like trailing rigs and stuff like that and just have a certain purpose in the game. But yet people don't put snow tires on them. Like, come on. It's called Snowrunner for a reason. Put snow tires on your truck.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I need to be able to use it surely in Alaska and whatnot.
Or at least just put studded tires on, like I have seen people pick. That was the one thing that caught me by surprise. I thought that people were just going to recycle the chain tires, but nope, everybody's making custom studded tires now for their trucks, and that actually is, a lot of them have come out really nice.
Yeah, so the quasi tires.
Yeah, Quasi's mud tires are amazing for off-road because they're all, you get the studded mud tires, which not everybody does those.
Gives them that
Needs to be more of them.
for, like, snow and ice.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing. Like, I love my JBE tweaks as well, but my god, the size of the tires, I think, causes a lot of clipping issues in this game. Because you can just drive through drive your front wheel through a rock, and then the rear wheel will catch, which is funny. I don't mind it too much, because, yeah, the JBE trucks are just fantastic at what they do. Which is why I still use 2 of them to this day.
Yep, same.
Like, I look for that softer suspension setup on a lot of the trucks, because the game kind of demands it at this point. Most people consider it overpowered, but if you look at real off-road performance and look at certain things, there is such a thing as a truck that has, as a big rig, actually, that has flex suspension. I have seen them, and I have YouTubed it. They're not really Dakar trucks, but they can do, like, proper hauling. And then you have, like, the articulating chassis that can, like, not like, I want to say, what would be a better example of that? The Cat 745C, that thing. Not articulating chassis such as that, but that thing can go over, like, bumps relatively easily, and the chassis bends or like tweaks itself over to one side just to get the other side over, which is really good.
Yeah, like
that's something you want.
It's got body roll to it.
Yeah, exactly, like proper sway bars and stuff like that. But yeah. And then there's like certain physics in this game that absolutely bother me, like going down a road in low minus and you tap into a lamppost because you're looking at something. Oh, you hit that lamppost. Take 40 engine damage points. Like, how does a front bumper cause you to take engine damage? That's what I don't get. It's not like you're going full gun-ho at like 120 miles an hour into a rock or something. It's like, yeah. It's so bad.
Just so people are aware, we're not slating the game, which is like small,
just small little bits of physics that could use adjusting.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the ability to move the rocks around. Like, I've actually heard people say this as well. They want it, and yes, this is actually realistic. The devs want the game to be like pretty much this realistic off-road version of Truck Sim. Like extreme off-road Truck Sim. The thing is that you should be allowed to move the rocks and then reload into the game and the rocks not be on the road. They should be where you moved them.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't do that. In reality, you can't do that. You move the rocks and then you like leave the one map that you're on and reload into it again. They're all back in the middle of the road again. Those rocks are what causes the problems, which I like. Exactly, yeah.
I want a bulldozer to move the bloody rocks.
Oh, yeah.
But also at the same time, I want to be able to move them or maybe even use them for something. Like, you should be able to collect the rocks and use them to build something, or make concrete or something like that. Or
Exactly.
gravel, you know.
Exactly, like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to leave the video at this point. Here.
Fair one.
I've just finished building a bridge. At Black Badger Lake. So I can get the last watchtower. I've got all the other ones, just need that one more doing. Which is a pain, but oh well. I didn't realise as well, when you unlock the watchtowers, the amount of like objectives and things that pop up. My god. So much. Like, the map is like cluttered with jobs and side quests and all the rest of it. It's a good one. That's why I do enjoy this map and the Yukon map, because there's more to it.
Yeah.
Rather than just, oh yeah, go to the store and get 2 crates of beer. No, I'm just kidding. Two great crates of wooden planks or something, and then take them to the factory. You know, there's actually more to it.
Precisely.
You've got to go and get the logs, take it to the sawmill. The sawmill will then make the wooden plate. It's a lot better, and this is how it should have been in the first place, really. But it is what it is. But they've definitely done good with a decent DLC. So I am interested to see what the next DLC is going to be, and how that's going to work, and the rest of it.
So far, I've heard only a Mantra 2.0. I've seen it myself.
That's all I've been hearing, and but we'll see. We'll see how it pans out and how it looks.
More news will be provided on mods being made as well.
Yeah, we will update when we get further with the modding stuffs. It's gonna take.
I apologize for my fucking endless rants as well.
Yeah, this is now a 2-part video. Thanks for that, dude. It's all good.
I wasn't even trying.
Hell, it gives me content. I'm not complaining. But the thing
It went from just mod discussion to ranting about the flag thing, and then just this just turned into a whole podcast, basically.
Essentially, yeah, we've just made a podcast. It's not a video, it's a podcast, and I will label it. It is a podcast, really. Realistically, that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah.
As well, yeah.
We'll call it the Snowrunner podcast. There we go. But yeah, the thing, me and Unhingedgamer, we've been gaming together for 10 years now, I reckon. Something like that.
Yeah, it's literally that. It's literally that.
Horrendous. I feel old as fuck. But yeah, we get onto like discussions, and we end up like diving down some absolute rabbit holes just talking. It's I don't know. We go down some crazy rabbit holes, and we're like, oh well, that's like 4 hours gone. What the, you know? So yeah.
I started talking about, and then it's dark outside. What happened?
Yeah, I'm hungry, cold, and I need to go to the toilet. Like 4 hours past, Jesus. But yeah, we'll probably do more videos like this, where we essentially have like a podcast about Snowrunner, or just other games in general, just like a gaming podcast, because it's pretty awesome.
Basically.
With some gaming going on in the background, as provided by either me or the Unhinged one over here. Yeah, well, that's probably the aim of where this channel is going to go, with a couple of my truck simulator vids and armor. I've been meaning to do a good armor video. I've not really got round to it in years.
Good God, what a game.
Yeah, I've had some good videos. You've seen some of the stuff I've been doing on it, and yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's an insane game, and even the truck sim games are incredible. Just for like, I don't know, they're just decent games. They're really nice to chill to, and that's a good one for podcasts. Sitting in the truck talking crap. Like shite, that's what we do best. But yeah, stay tuned. Gently tickle that like button and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'm not going to rant on about that because do it or you don't. I don't care. Do what you want. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay safe and truck on Snowrunner or whatever the hell you're playing. Peace.